Recently, a variety of people have asked about what system of eating I use to deal with the chronic health issues I'm facing that has allowed me to be able to stop taking my prescription medications for lupus for the last year and 9 months with my rheumatologist's permission. For 14 years, I've battled lupus, a lifetime autoimmune illness that there is no cure for and is not contagious in any way, shape, or form. It can be fatal if not treated. Lupus affects different people in different ways, ranging from mild to major joint pain to destruction of internal organs, as this is a condition where the body attacks its own self. It's as if the body becomes unable to distinguish between foreign invaders like viruses and illnesses that it should be fighting off, and a person's joints or organs that it should never be attacking. Extreme fatigue is usually part of the condition, as people who are diagnosed with it often have anemia as well from the body working very hard to fight the illness. It can even affect people that have it mentally. Those with the condition often report experiencing brain fog, depression, anxiety, and/or mood swings. It impacts me in much the same way as rheumatoid arthritis, which happens to be another type of autoimmune disease, in that it causes pain in all of my joints from my neck through my arms, legs, and feet, and the pain on the right side of the body is equally as bad as the pain on the left side of the body. I also deal with osteoarthritis in my right knee, stemming from arthroscopic knee surgery in 2001. The knee has never been the same since. I've also been dealing with macular degeneration in both eyes since February of 2021, so I run the risk of permanently losing much of my vision or even go legally blind. One of my eye doctors strongly suspects that the prescription medication hydroxychloroquine sulfate that I had been taking for 12 years was what set the macular degeneration in motion, as I don't have any relatives who have this, so this led me to want to see if I could come off all of my prescription medication, which also included meloxicam, before any more permanent, irreversible damage happens to my eyes or other internal organs. As for the lupus and osteoarthritis I deal with, pain and inflammation are the prime characteristics of the conditions, and my system of eating aims to cut down on this by eliminating or cutting way back on things that cause inflammation, such as sugar and processed foods containing the unhealthier oils, such as vegetable oil, canola oil, soybean oil, and palm oil. Instead, foods made with extra virgin olive oil and avocado oil, which offer many health benefits, are used whenever possible. Many of the foods in my system of eating are especially good for the health of the eyes, which I really need to keep my eyes from deteriorating further. There is a large emphasis on raw vegetables and fresh fruit, as well as nuts, whole unprocessed foods basically. And I stopped eating junk food 3.5 years ago as soon as I was diagnosed with macular degeneration in February of 2021. All of this, along with taking various vitamin supplements, has allowed me to completely eliminate taking the prescription medications that I've had to take over the years for lupus, and has led to me feeling far better physically and mentally. The following is a very detailed description of what I'll eat over the course of the day, and it includes exact amounts in terms of ounces and grams for those that stated they are considering trying out this system themselves to see if they feel any better in dealing with their own health issues. Of course, as pertains to all of these vitamin supplements, it's best to check with your own doctor to be sure it would be safe for you relative to whatever conditions you're experiencing. Obviously, I'm no doctor, so I'm in no position to give medical advice. I'm just discussing what worked for me personally. I'll start the day with a 16-ounce cup of black tea with no sugar in it, as I've tried to eliminate most of the sugar from my diet. Taking this step right here has allowed me to feel a lot better, as my nerves don't feel nearly as shot. I don't eat a breakfast until at least 2 hours after I drink the tea to let the caffeine get all through my system as much as possible, as I need all the energy I can get. When it comes to breakfast, I'll eat 2 cups of total cereal, basically the amount it takes to fill up a 16-ounce plastic cup, because this cereal gives you 100% of the daily recommended allowance of 11 vitamins and minerals, such as iron, vitamin C, vitamin E, thiamine, riboflavin, niacin, vitamin B6, folate, vitamin B12, and pantothenic acid, as well as much smaller amounts of phosphorus, magnesium, and vitamin D. I'll have this along with 16 ounces of vitamin D whole milk, which doctors say has more nutrients than the other types with less fat, because when they remove the fat from milk and turn it into skim milk, 2% milk, or the other 1% type, they're pulling out the nutrients as well, since the nutrients are found in the in the fat of the milk. I'll also put 4.5 ounces of blueberries and a half ounce of sliced almonds on the cereal. I just get those bags of frozen blueberries at the grocery store chain Aldi, where they've been selling them for $3.29 for a 24-ounce bag, and I'll thaw out 4.5 ounces of the blueberries overnight in the refrigerator for the next day. I then take a variety of vitamin supplements that my rheumatologist that I see for lupus supports me in taking. I'll take a glucosamine chondroitin tablet containing MSM, which is basically a generic version of osteobiflex to support joint health, and a 500 milligram tablet of turmeric with curcumin, which helps with pain and swelling in the joints. I'll use the generic store brand from the grocery store chain Giant known as Care One, which is good as these often go on sale buy one get one free. I'll take one Nature Made brand acidophilus tablet, which is a probiotic that helps support gastrointestinal health, and 4 tablets of Giant's generic brand of vitamin D3. The tablets I take are 5,000 international units per tablet, for a total of 20,000 international units. It might sound like a lot at first, but international units are just a measure of how much something weighs, and one international unit is only a microgram, or 1,000th of 1 gram. I'll also take two 100 milligram vitamins of 100 milligram tablets of vitamin K2 containing MK7. Doctors generally recommend taking one 100 milligram tablet of vitamin K2 for every 10,000 international units of vitamin D3 taken, so that the vitamin D3 will be absorbed properly and not cause problems. I also take a 1,000 milligram tablet of fish oil containing 300 milligrams of omega-3. The Care One generic brand from Giant is what I take for the vitamin K2 and for the fish oil as well. And then I'll take Preservision, which is a vitamin supplement tablet for the macular degeneration. Later on in the day, I'll drink a 16-ounce cup of black tea with no sugar. I don't eat anything with the tea. A few hours later is where I'll eat lunch. Although this might seem like a strange lunch to have, it works great for me to give me a significant energy boost to help me get through the day until dinner. I'll eat 7 ounces of red grapes. The darker red they are, the better, as it's a sign that they contain more resveratrol, which has many health benefits, especially as pertains to the health of the eyes. I'll also eat 1 ounce of unsalted walnuts, half an ounce of raw organic cashews, 1 hard-boiled egg, and a container of Activia probiotic yogurt, any flavor. I'll drink a 16-ounce cup of spring water along with this. I'll also take another turmeric tablet, as well as one 65 milligram tablet of Giant's generic brand of iron during this time because my body gets depleted of iron easily from battling the lupus. For dinner, I'll often make a hot sandwich consisting of 4 ounces of organic grass-fed and grass-finished hamburger meat, which is considered much healthier than regular hamburger meat, or I'll eat wild-caught salmon or freshly prepared chicken, often rotisserie chicken, on a whole wheat bread roll that Giant makes in their bakery department. I'll put 2 pieces of mozzarella cheese, tomatoes, pickles, and romaine lettuce on it. I generally eat 4 ounces of meat per day overall, and I'll eat that during dinner. I'll get wild-caught fish as compared to farm-raised fish. Doctors say the wild-caught type is much healthier and has much less mercury. Wild-caught salmon is awesome because it seems to be the most nutritious of all fish, being especially high in omega-3, and it's considered not just a low-mercury fish, but it has the lowest levels of mercury of any fish. I'll buy salmon fillets with the skin still on them versus skinless ones, as the skin on the salmon is the healthiest part according to doctors, so I definitely want to get the type with as many nutrients as possible. While the meat is cooking, I'll heat up the whole wheat bread roll with the mozzarella cheese on it for 10 minutes in a toaster oven so the roll is hot and the cheese is melted. I stay away from white bread altogether since whole wheat bread is so much healthier. I eat a lot of raw vegetables with my dinner. I never cook any of them since doctors say they lose a lot of their nutrients during the cooking process. I'll eat 35 grams of kale, 35 grams of broccoli, and 35 grams of spinach. In addition, I'll also make a good-sized salad. I'll eat 100 grams of romaine lettuce per day, much of which I'll put on the hot sandwich, and the rest will be used for the salad. I'll eat 3.5 ounces of a Roma tomato with the dinner, and we'll use most for the hot sandwich and the rest for the salad. I'll also put 60 grams of red bell peppers and 35 grams of matchstick shredded carrots in with the salad, along with 6 green olives. When it comes to salad dressing, I just put 4 teaspoons of extra virgin olive oil on it, which is great for reducing inflammation. When I have used salad dressing in recent years, I avoided the types made with vegetable oil canola oil, soy oil, and palm oil, since these cause inflammation in the body. Unfortunately, almost all salad dressings use those types of unhealthy oils. When I was still using salad dressing, I would stick with the ones made using only extra virgin olive oil and avocado oil, as these offer a great deal of health benefits. These are a lot more expensive, but I feel they're worth it for people who are in the same boat I'm in health-wise. I've noticed that I feel a lot better after eating the healthier type, and that I don't have that tired feeling I used to get after eating dinner to the same degree I once did. I'm all for eating foods that don't drain my energy levels so much. The brand of salad dressing I used to buy was called Newman's Own, the ones that prominently say on the front of the bottle that they're made with avocado oil and extra virgin olive oil. They're also sugar-free, which is a plus. They were expensive, though. A few years ago, grocery store chain Giant, along with Walmart, would sell them for $4.96 per bottle, and they only contained 8 ounces of dressing. Wise Markets was a little cheaper, as they would sell them for $4.49 per bottle. Walmart has really jacked their price up for it, as I see they're currently selling them for $7.50 for just an 8-ounce bottle. The websites for Wise Market and Giant don't even list them anymore, so maybe the brand Newman's Own is phasing out that particular type of dressing. If that's the case, then the brand Primal Kitchen would probably be your best bet if you're looking for salad dressing made with extra virgin olive oil or avocado oil, but that's even more expensive than the brand Newman's Own, as I've generally seen them sell for $8 for an 8-ounce bottle. I'm not worrying about it because I always just stick with plain extra virgin olive oil from the grocery store chain Aldi, where it's about $7 for a 16.9-ounce bottle. That's good enough for me. I'll drink a 16-ounce glass of spring water along with the dinner. At least an hour and a half later, here is where I'll take additional supplements at night, and I'll do some additional eating. I'll eat 2 cups of a healthier cereal, like Special K, that's very low in sugar, although I'll also eat some of the other flavored types of Special K and Cheerios which have a higher sugar content, or Frosted Mini Wheats, for example. Then I'll add a 16-ounce cup of vitamin D whole milk and chop up a good-sized banana onto it. Then I'll take another tablet of each of these vitamin supplements: Preservision, turmeric, fish oil, and the generic version of Osteobiflex, known as glucosamine chondroitin with MSM. I know it sounds like I take an awful lot of vitamins, but for people with autoimmune conditions like myself, it's very helpful since the body is so run down from battling the illness. Especially with the vitamin D I take with my breakfast, doctors say that most people in general are a lot more deficient in vitamin D3 than they realize, and because of this, even healthy people should take 10,000 international units of vitamin D3 per day. When I started taking the vitamin D3, I was able to cut back on the amount of prescription medication I was taking at first, and then was able to eliminate the medication altogether with my doctor's permission, as this supplement helps people to decrease pain and inflammation in the body. Here are some random thoughts about things that I'll eat. Since I avoid white bread, I only eat whole wheat spaghetti. The type of sauce I'll use is Newman's Own tomato and basil spaghetti sauce, since this is made with extra virgin olive oil and it's sugar-free. Fortunately, this stuff isn't expensive like certain salad dressings made by this brand that also contain the extra virgin olive oil. A regular-sized jar of this spaghetti sauce sells for $3.39 at Walmart. Also along these lines, I absolutely love pizza, but since I avoid white bread, if I'm in the mood for pizza, I'll make a healthier alternative to it by using a whole wheat bread roll made in the bakery department at Giant and putting a couple of pieces of mozzarella cheese on it, and then I'll heat it up in the toaster oven. I'll then heat up the Newman's Own spaghetti sauce I just mentioned and put that on it along with lots of oregano, and that works for me. Here's another thought. Some people say they feel better if they cut gluten out of their diet. I haven't taken things that far, but if I was going to try that, because most gluten-free cereals are really expensive, like $7 or more for a very small box, I would start out with the only gluten-free cereal I know of that doesn't cost more because it's gluten-free, which is Chex. All of the flavors of Chex cereal state prominently on the front of the boxes that they're gluten-free. Just an idea. I know it seems like I eat an awful lot, but it's because if I don't, I start losing weight really fast, and I already look so skinny to begin with, I really don't have any weight I want to lose. If I lose any more weight, I'll be looking sickly and emaciated looking. It's probably also good that I eat as much as I do, because if I didn't, I could see all of those vitamin supplements causing digestive issues. That's the way it was when I was taking the prescription medications. When I ate less, it felt like I was getting sick from those medications. Well, there you have it. Examples of things I eat over the course of a day to battle lupus, osteoarthritis, and macular degeneration. Despite dealing with the lupus since 2010, my rheumatologist says that overall I'm doing very well as compared to other people who have it, as she says most people with the condition are in far worse shape than myself. Despite having an autoimmune condition, my doctor does not consider me to be immunocompromised. I'm told that based on the blood work and urinalysis I get done every 3 months, she says that my immune system is no more compromised than a person who does not have lupus. One of my eye doctors, my retinal specialist, says that he considers me to be eating healthier than 99% of the population and that most people probably couldn't follow a system of eating like this. However, taking all of these measures is what's keeping my condition from deteriorating further, or at least greatly slowing it down from getting worse. My retinal specialist believes that because of all the measures I'm taking to eat a certain way, that I'm never going to lose any vision over the course of my lifetime or go legally blind despite having the macular degeneration. I'm currently in the early stage of dry macular degeneration, and my doctor doesn't believe I'll progress to the next stage. I certainly hope and pray that he's right. Fortunately, it was caught early. Unfortunately, there's no cure for the condition, and it can't be corrected with surgery, so greatly slowing down the illness's progression through healthy eating and eye vitamin supplements is all you really can do for the dry form of macular degeneration that I have. People who are in much worse shape than myself and have wet macular degeneration can get eye injections that slow down the progression of the illness, but certainly do not cure it. My retinal specialist has told me not to watch any more documentaries on macular degeneration because he doesn't see me as ever getting as bad as the people in them who've lost much of their vision or even have gone legally blind, tragically. He says that for me, watching such documentaries would be totally counterproductive, as it would just lead to greatly increasing my stress and anxiety levels, which would then cancel out a lot of the benefits I'm getting from eating as healthy as I've been doing. Of course, when you're dealing with health conditions like mine, doctors will tell you that you should be trying to eliminate the stress in your life as much as possible. Good luck with that one. In conclusion, hope that you got at least an idea or two out of this that may help you out with your own health, or maybe even that you found my situation inspiring, as you rarely ever hear about a person with lupus being able to stop taking all of their prescription medications. The only person I know of who pulled it off is a medical doctor who has lupus that has a lot of videos on YouTube. However, she follows a very strict system of eating where she doesn't really eat anything other than fruits and raw vegetables, so I'm glad that the system that's worked for me didn't take it to that extreme. Hearing her story, it seemed like she was in way worse shape from lupus than I ever was, so yeah, it's not surprising that the measures she had to take were much more drastic than what I'm doing. If this video resonates with you or you found value in it, please like, share, and subscribe. It'll help the YouTube algorithm push this video out to lots more people who may get benefit from it. Hit the notification bell so that you'll be the first one to know when I've released new content. Thanks for watching. Talk to you again after a while.